Better knowledge here about the transverse waves, right? So we're talking about flat Earth, right? We're talking about flat Earth. Yeah, the transverse waves knowledge, right? Appears to fit in very nicely with the flat Earth, flat square Earth idea. Right? The flat square Earth idea is brought about by the Masons and the Flat Earth Society. You know, brought about in the 1800s. Right, so the flat square Earth seems to fit very nicely with the transverse waves idea. Yeah, and the cross also is very much a part of it, which might explain, like, you know, why there's a sort of apparent resurgence in Jesus sort of stuff. And so like this, you know, those who's not familiar with the transverse waves, you know, check out my videos or have a research about it, the transverse waves and that. Yeah. And it seems to be like a vibrational frequency, like, you know, similar to what the Everett was on about. The Everett was always talking about vibrational frequencies and that, except he was talking about they operate outside of vibrational frequencies and all this. But it's more like we operate within these vibrational frequencies. Like the vibrational frequencies is upon us. They've put these frequencies on us and that sort of thing. And it's like to create havoc and chaos and that, see? It's like a chaotic frequency. You know, like, I mean, as I touched upon in one of my videos and that, it's like the same movement as a snake. When a snake sort of oscillates in that, it moves along the ground and that, and it's sort of wiggling its body about and that, saying in this crescent-like manner, which is the transverse wave vibrational frequency. So, and as I say, this like seems to fit in very well with the flat square Earth idea. Hence why you've got all these, you know, flat Earth, you know, like shills and that, who are, like, you know, involved up in the mainstream media and all that. You know what I mean? We know the rules of mainstream media. If you're on the TV, you're trans, person, you're a Mason, right? So you know that idea. That's like, see what I'm saying? So that's like Mark Swords and Patricia Steer and them, who's linked in with that. It's obviously Masonry. And that sort of ties up to the flat Earth Society of the 1800s and all that. It's like the flat square plane idea, right? And what happens in this idea is the person or whatever comes through like the top of it. So it's like the new phase sort of thing for humanity, which is what they're trying to do. Then you have this other idea which is often mentioned about flat and stationary, right? So stationary is like, means like stop still, means not going anywhere. Which again could be part of the sort of like, you know, going where you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? So they went from the spinning idea, the confusion and the chaos idea, right, to the flat and square and stationary idea, which is like a stop and still and going upwards basically, because there's nowhere else to go, like in the transverse wave, like bouncing up and down, like them old songs and that, like bobbing up and down like this or something. You see what I mean? Sea shanties and that, right? And so you have like a trough and crest idea, like up and downs. And the trough is like the sayings, you know, like the pig is sort of snouting the trough and all that. And the crest is like for the high up and all that, you see what I'm saying? And just seems to fit together well with like this all these parts seem to fit together with like the transgender idea. You know, they want more people to transgender sort of thing. So they introduced this concept. I mean, there's no doubt that the Masonic sort of globe and that is 100% fake idea, and that, no doubt about it. But to transfer from that, right, straight to this sort of flat square idea, you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. If you take a look at the shape of the televisions and that, the televisions went from, you know, the roundish sort of thing to the flat square thing. I mean, like FST, flat square television, you know, was a big thing. I think it would have come out in the 90s or whatever, you know, flat square tubes and that. So it's like these ideas all seem to, you know, like tie up into a neat bundle, like. So, I mean, another aspect of it is, like, if you think about this flat square Earth idea, it isn't going to change now. You know, they keep going on about how, oh, it's going to change everything. You know, and what's it going to change? Like, the system is going to continue the way it is. In fact, get worse for normal people and that, make them poorer, make them have no jobs, make them like excluded from the system and what have you, right? More and more. So what's this thing like? It's gonna change something. It's gonna be great now. Well, that's like basically nonsense, isn't it? It isn't gonna change a lot. Just producing more transgenders, if anything, right? You know what I mean? It's not gonna change now. The system's gonna continue. Yeah, so that's just like my thoughts on it. Yeah, check out this transverse wave idea if you want to see more knowledge about where this, well, you know, the possible origins of this stuff and that. Yeah. So, cheers.